The first official regulation of Pokemon Champions is about to come to an end. And in this new generation of competitive Pokemon battling, Pokemon Champions started off hot and controversial with some choices that left most scratching their heads as to why. But with Regulation MB right around the corner, I think the hope is to fix and continue to better the game. What is going on, everybody? My name is Stutters and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to be talking about 5 things that I think that are coming to Pokemon Regulation MB. Now, before we get started, I do want to say that this is completely speculation. Unless it's explicitly stated, we have no idea what's coming in Regulation MB. These are just my opinions on what I think they should and potentially are adding to Regulation MB coming June 17th. But like I said, this is my opinion, and disagreeing with it is totally fine. All I ask is that you let me know why in the comments. And remember, as always, do be kind. And if you do enjoy this video, consider liking and subscribing while you're down there. And with that being said, here are my top 5 things that I want to see in Pokemon Champions Regulation MB. Going down the list from most likely to least likely things that I want to see in the new regulation is returning Pokemon. This one feels obvious, but Mega Raichu X and Y are already confirmed for Regulation MB. But to be honest with you, I want more. I want to see the rest of the new Megas and what they can do. Excalibur, Darkrai, Heatran. I think that adding these Pokemon is going to completely change the meta. But not only adding the new Megas. I want to see more and more Pokemon added to the game, potentially flipping this entire thing on its head. Maybe not powerhouses that we're used to like Metagross or Dondozo, but Pokemon that we wouldn't expect that could be potentially great like Toxtricity and Haxorus. Or potentially even former world champion Pachirisu. Coming in at number 4 is items. Now, originally I know I said that I really liked the limited items in one of my previous videos, and that still stays true. I think that everybody has accepted it and was able to come up with interesting strategies that really benefited the game, and I think that's evident with how successful the game has become. But I also understand why people were so turned off by that. So with that being said, I think that there will be returning items. Life Orb, Assault Vest, the choice items other than Choice Scarf, which honestly I don't understand why they did that, but I digress. Adding in these old returning favorites will allow the game to be broadened in so many ways, allowing players to really bring out the most of their Pokemon. Now, I'm not saying this is entirely a good thing. Assault Vest Archaludon will be the death of me. But returning items will allow a player base who is so upset about the item shortage to come back to a game that we all love. Coming up in the 3rd slot is cosmetics. Now personally, I love the cosmetics and the way that the system works in Pokemon Champions. But there was a TikTok that I saw that has really stuck with me. And to the original creator of that TikTok, bless you, because you got me thinking. Pokemon Champions has a fashion problem. The clothes and cosmetics were weird and limited. Every character seems to have the exact same clothes, with just very subtle changes and differences, mainly because there weren't that many options. The female characters look a lot better than the males. But in the last 2 months that we've had the game, we've only had one hairstyle that came to the battle pass, and it was the generic male option for Legend ZA. Now, I'm not talking about a complete wardrobe change here, but I would like to see some more options for clothes, more songs for battles, and more poses to really show how different each person can be. Now, number 2 might be a long shot and even a hot take, but I think potentially removing past regulation Pokemon could be an interesting way to keep things fresh, as they've done with banned Pokemon in different regulations. Banning Pokemon that have already done well could bring back that excitement and challenge that the game first had before everybody figured it out. Obviously, this is not something that everybody wants, but imagine what the game would be like if all of a sudden the top 10 most used Pokemon from the meta were suddenly unplayable. It would change everyone's thinking and allow for more interesting strategies to come forth and show what a Pokemon can do. And finally, the last and least likely thing that I think Pokemon will add in Pokemon Champions, and something that I will forever beg for because I think they are missing out on something great here, is a story mode, or a way to play against CPUs to earn VP and test out strategies and learn the game. Yes, I know they have the tutorial, but it is very different when you are just learning how to play and then going into the giant mess that is the ranked ladder. I feel that brand new players deserve a place that they can play and hone their skills before going in and playing a ranked match versus people who have been playing the game for a while. Plus, Pokemon Champions already has 4 characters that could potentially be inside, including the mayor and the owner of the battle arena, who constantly talk about battling you. But an opportunity is also there to bring gym leaders and Elite Four members from the past with new teams and competitive strategies. And I think this is something that a lot of people want. And Pokemon has an opportunity to give us teams of gym leaders and Elite Four members who were supposedly the strongest, but let us down with lackluster performances. I'm looking at you, Volkner and Gita. And there you have it, 5 things that I would like to be added in the new regulation of Pokemon Champions. Did I hit them all, or are there things that I'm still missing here? Things that you think they should be adding? Go ahead and let me know down in the comments. As well, while you're down there, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I really do appreciate you all watching this video, and I will see you guys all in Regulation MB.